Imagine that a 3 years old child roaming around the home until he comes face to face with your dog and begins touching it. Wanting to play with the dog, the child throws a toy across the room. Rather than chasing the toy, the dogs turn back and bite the child in the face. 300 stitches and facial repair surgery are indicated for the baby. When I told you about the dog assault, what was the first breath that came to your mind? I'm guessing it's a pit bull. However, the New York Times reported in 2013 that it was a golden retriever. Pit bulls have gone from being America's favorite to becoming America's most feared dog, and many people have little knowledge of them. Aggressive behavior can develop in any dog that has been abused, abandoned, neglected, or trained to attack. It's not unique to pit bulls or any other breed. We must work hard to correct the perception of the public toward these dogs and to raise awareness about the discriminatory labels they have been given towards these dogs. If you're already familiar with pit bulls, you know that, like any other dogs, they can be fantastic companions for individuals or families. If you haven't met a pit bull yet, a personal introduction could be as close as your local shelters or rescue organization. Animal Farm Foundation, Lovable, Barrett, and several other organizations aim to educate the public and animal shelters on how to best manage perception of pit bulls and find loving homes for the dogs in their care. A very good morning to Madam Rashida and the rest of the audience. I'm Lai Jingyuan, and today I will change of views on pit bulls. In this speech, I will discuss why pit bulls are not dangerous animals and how they, like any other dogs, are man's best friend. Let's put an end to this madness and learn to love once more. Without further ado, let me tell you the reason why. In all of histories, pit bulls have been born lovers. Pit bulls had a multi-purpose function in early America. They were in charge of heading sheep and cattle, protecting homes and livestock from robbers and wild animals, assisting with hunts, and acting as hog catchers. They gained notoriety as both a working dog and a companion due to their loyal and loving nature with people, especially children. People love this breed for attributes similar to its own, which are friendliness, hardworking, bravery, and deserving of respect. Pit bulls were considered normal dogs in the 19th century according to the Pit Bulls Rescue Center and were not considered fighters until the 1990s. Pit bulls served as the nation's mascot during World War I and World War II. Their image of bravery and commitment was plastered all over it during the war. The pit bull gained popularity in America as they had contributed to the war effort, caused them to be widely utilized in commercial advertisements, packaging design, business logo, and well-known television programs. Politicians, academics, and famous people including Helen Keller, Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Edison, Mark Twain, Fred Astaire, and Humphrey Bogart all favored pit bulls and had pit bulls as their companions. Moving on, the next reason is pit bulls are working dogs and were once popular with families with young children. Pit bulls can perform a wide range of job-related tasks and are frequently good athletes. Many are search and rescue dogs that locate lost Alzheimer patients and missing children in addition to being family companions. Since many children with reading difficulties will read to a dog instead of an adult, they aid children in becoming stronger readers. They offer a wide range of service to their human counterparts, including seizure watchdogs, diabetic alert dogs, comforting dogs, or nursing home residents, and more. It's almost impossible to get rid of pit bulls because eradicating them will affect not just our family dogs, but the much wider population of citizens this dog exists rather than attack. Pit bulls make ideal partners for responsible, active, and caring owners since they have good physical and mental qualities and they were regarded as the ideal family dog before they were exploited in cruel sports like dog fighting, bear, and bull baiting. Pit bulls were designed to help herd agricultural animals, but their job has now changed to include looking after kids. Pit bulls earned the nickname nanny dogs because they could be counted on to babysit the kids while the adults work the farm. Pit bulls were cherished family pets, and today's example of this highly intelligent breed has still have a strong focus on their owners and desire to please them. As with any breeds, they get along great with kids if properly trained and socialized from an early age. They love to play and cuddle and also have lots of energy which makes them the perfect companions for children. I hope until now we are on the same page. Now, let me share with you the last reason why pit bulls are not dangerous animals. It's because people are the problems, not pit bulls. People don't realize how much responsibility comes with owning such an active dog, which lead to abuse, abandonment in shelter, or living on the streets. All dogs should have balanced training, but well socialized and taught appropriate human or dog social interaction, have their health maintained, and be treated with kindness. Every dog breed, even pit bulls, needs its owner to be patient and kind when it comes to training. It's true that there are no bad dogs, just bad owners, as the old saying goes. The way that people view pit bulls have evolved significantly through time, mostly as a result of the roles that the owners have assigned to them. Pit bulls may have a more aggressive personality if their owners lack those traits. In order for a pit bull to be the best possible dog, the owner should try their utmost to properly train them. For example, the owner can teach their pit bulls to bark when he needs to use the restroom. Actions that are known to cause aggressive tendencies should be avoided, such as leaving pit bulls high and unattended or correcting him with force. Pit bulls are also used as tools similar to a loaded weapon. Animal advocates focus more on the inhuman, brutal, and illegal blood sport as dog fighting started to resurface in the 1980s. This new movement unintentionally and regrettably led to some people looking for pit bulls for illegal purpose, in addition to being used as guard and security dogs. The breed that was originally bred to treat every stranger as a long-lost friend is now engaged in underground fights. Due to the high demand for pit bulls, many owners began breeding their own dogs for profit rather than to provide a loving environment or for socialization or temperament. They are subjected to a wide range of mistreatment when they are being trained for dogfighting. They are viewed as a means of making money rather than as cute pets, victims of violence and greed. Usually, they are kept outside with heavy chains around their necks. They do this because the chain constant weight will strengthen their necks and upper bodies. As a result, pit bulls may have shaving around the neck area, and it may even result in several skin lesions that become infected. Again, I would like to highlight that a dog will apply this information everywhere it goes if it has been trained to display aggression in a dog fighting ring or toward people. He is unaware of the distinction. He is also unable to determine when it is the proper moment, and it only understands what has been taught to it. The dog is conscious of the owner's desire for conflict. This makes its owner happy. The dog receives a reward for it, and he enjoys receiving them. He will therefore carry out the command. The same things will happen to pit bulls. We almost reached the end of the speech today. Before I end my speech, I would like to say in conclusion, pit bulls are the same as any other dog. We should know that they aren't the dogs who are cruel and vicious, but rather those behind their training. Because of how frequently their strength was misapplied throughout history, this breed have a bad reputation. As a result, there are high euthanasia rate and laws that only apply to certain breeds. It is a big responsibility to own an animal, and there are many things to think about. Dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. Say Roger Carras. Do you still remember the question that I asked at the very beginning of the speech? Do you still think that when I told you about the dog Cazal, the first breed that came to your mind is still pit bull? I hope your answer is no. A dog of the pit bull breed might make a wonderful addition to your household. Therefore, We must all stand up and speak out against the injustice that this breed is experiencing as a result of public misunderstanding and mistreatment. I hope that your perspective has improved now and that you are aware that pit bulls can make excellent pets and have better knowledge about them. Pit bulls also deserve a second chance, just like everyone else. Thank you for listening.